Hi there, everyone. It is me, Anthony, and I'm here with
Kylan.
What's up, Kylan?
What's up, guys?
We are about to react to another episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is season 2, episode 7, and it's called Lie to Me. So the last episode was Halloween, which I believe we had kind of split opinions on. Like, I thought it was a really good episode, like one of the best so far, really. And I think you weren't feeling it as much.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So I'm interested to see where we go forward from here, and I guess what we think of this episode. What do you think "Lie to Me" could be about?
Well, you know, my usual shtick is just guessing based off of the title, but I don't know. I think that somebody is going to find out some revelations about themselves. If I'm talking about on a broader scale, maybe Angel, Xander, who knows?
Like somebody's been lying to them or something.
Yeah, or maybe they've been lying to themselves. Who knows? Could be something a little bit more profound.
All right, well then let's go ahead and get into it. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 2, episode 7, "Lie to Me."
Are you lost?
No. My
Oh,
mom's
wow.
just supposed to pick me up as all.
Do you want me to walk
This
you?
late?
What will your mummy
He
think
looks
when
so
they find your
scared.
body?
Right. I
I'm
mean, who
not
wouldn't be?
supposed to talk to people.
Or like not even scared, like, yo, like what is this weird
I'm
lady?
not a person, see? So that's just...
Run home.
Angel, the cavalry.
Oh, pause. I meant to bring something up to you today. Did
Okay.
you know that there was an Angel spinoff?
Yes, I did know that. I was hoping you wouldn't find out though.
Yeah, no, I found out today because my girlfriend likes David Boreanaz and we were talking
Yeah.
about him.
Oh, yeah. There is. I was hoping you wouldn't find out until we got that far into the show. Yeah, I've seen that too, and I was planning on... Because it actually runs concurrently with Buffy eventually into the show. So it's like an Angel episode happens, and then... Because it actually, at some points, they were running it where Buffy came on, then Angel came on. So the storylines like actually kind of matched up in some ways. So I was planning on, like, when we got there to actually start watching Angel along with it. But I didn't want to tell you that because I didn't want you to know, like, that I guess Angel was, like, I guess, that big of a character to where he was eventually going to be having his own show. But yeah.
Well, I mean, hey,
Yes.
can't keep everything a secret.
Do you remember the song Mummy used to sing me? Pretty.
I remember.
That's awkward for her to see.
This can't go on, Drusilla.
It does always happen like that, though.
Yeah.
Degrassi was like that, too.
This is just the beginning.
True.
Someone would walk in as soon as somebody else was kissing each other.
Yeah, or just looking like something's happening. Like, that's just, I guess, like one of the most common age-old TV tropes. And they're like, they don't just ask the person. Instead, they just make all these assumptions.
Yeah, and it's like, then, like, later on, they finally find out, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, that was a pretty interesting way to start out. It feels like, you know, at least so far this season, we haven't seen it that much where they just started out with kind of the more regular characters. Usually it might be some random character to introduce a monster of the week at the beginning. But they just got right into it with like Angel and Drusilla and all them. So that tells us already that we're kind of on a, you know, a more, I guess, overarching storyline this episode maybe.
I forgot that Angel had history with Spike and Drusilla.
Quick sweeps downtown.
Any encounters?
Nothing vampire-y.
I've been searching our friend Spike.
That's the lie right there.
Fairly
Or else the
unappetizing
first
house.
lie.
Still haven't got a beat
Right.
on why he's here.
Exactly.
I don't know. He
Oh,
might
and this
have
was
other
written and
plans.
directed by Joss Whedon. That's when you know it's about to be a big
A
episode.
banger.
I'm finishing up my senior year at Sunnydale High. Dad got transferred.
This is great.
Something tells me we're not going to be with this guy for long.
Remember you. Duh. We all
Like,
went to
I'm
school
willing to
together for
bet
7
money that
years.
he's going to
You were
die.
my giant fifth grade crush. Sitting in my room listening to that divinal song, I touched myself. Of course, I had no idea what it was about.
Nice.
I'd love to, but if you guys already had plans, would I be imposing?
No, only in the literal sense.
Okay then.
Wow.
I gotta find the admissions
Only
office.
in the little.
And then he's literally like,
I'll take
he's
care
still
of
like,
it.
all right, cool.
Yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
great.
Was he even listening to his answer?
Oh, that's what that song is about?
Willow just came in so late.
She really did look like she was thinking about that too.
He's not in school, right? He looks older than her.
You're not wrong.
So, what'd you do last night?
Nothing.
Lies.
Nothing at all.
Second lie I've
And I
caught.
stayed in. Read.
Yeah, they're just lying all over the place.
Didn't want that soda after all?
Not thirsty.
And that made it look even more suspicious.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Whoa. Cold hands. You're not wrong.
So
Everything
you're-
Xander has said to this dude
No,
has been a
I'm actually
quip.
here to stay.
Right.
Good night.
How has Xander still not gotten over this Buffy thing?
Okay, once more with
Hey
tension.
man,
You just moved here?
everybody
Yeah.
wants the chosen one.
And boy, does he move fast.
True.
Well, Angel, we could still play.
See, you made him do that thing where he's gone.
Thanks.
There's some vampires that need slaying.
No, he's about to. This is either his death or he finds out. But you know what? They wouldn't do it that early.
Such a weird thing to walk in on.
Yeah, really.
What's going on? I thought you were just slaying a vampire.
What? Wedding a what?
I know, Buffy. You don't have to lie. I've been trying to figure out the right time to tell you. I know you're the Slayer.
It's a very interesting episode.
Yeah. It seemed like so much is happening really fast. Like,
Yeah, we're only 11 minutes in right now.
yeah. Why do you? I hate what TV shows love doing that, just cutting at the end of like an interesting moment in a scene, so we don't even know what her response to that was when he said that, or. I guess
Maybe
that's.
that was the point.
Yeah, I guess that's just. I mean, I know that's how you're supposed to write, so that it keeps it engaging and it doesn't drag on.
But I mean, I guess what more context do you need?
Yeah, you don't really need anything else. It just you feel like, oh my goodness, then what happened? But I guess that doesn't really matter, you know. It's like
Yeah.
technically nothing happened since they just wrote it and they wrote it to be suspenseful,
Well, good.
which it was.
You play your wits against mine.
His voice just
He
changed.
who commanded armies.
Oh, he's mounting.
Years before you were born.
Oh. Good catch.
Why does Willow look like she's at the start of a horror movie?
Oh, Angel, what are you doing here?
I feel like he got paler
My gut tells me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
as he said that.
Okay.
I was really just thinking that, like,
If there
why does he
isn't
look so
anything
pale?
Hey, that's weird.
What?
I just checked the school records and he's not in them. You want me to lie to her? It's Buffy.
Just don't bring it up till we know what's what.
Okay, it's probably nothing.
That'd be nice.
More lies.
Oh yeah, third lie. Dang. I mean, unless you consider like the no thirsty one a lie too.
Nothing.
Ford knows I'm the Slayer.
I know.
Oh, very good. Yes. Buffy, excuse me.
John's like, what's wrong with you?
You're not by any chance betraying your secret identity just to impress cute boys, right?
He knew.
Oh,
He's like, is that just okay?
Just remember, if you...
Did she ask him how he knows? Like,
No,
All
I
right, once
think
again,
she was just
beautiful
like,
campus.
you know what?
I think you've now
It's
seen
an older
everything there is
man,
to see
which
in
I'm into.
Well,
Right.
it's really...
Old
Feel
friends,
free to say no.
Okay, dull's good.
you know how it goes.
Or
is she taking him with her?
Stay close to me.
And he just pulled out a stake. How does Buffy not see the red flags here? Why was this dude carrying around a stake?
Really.
And why is she taking him with her? He's not a
maybe
slave.
they were just passing through.
She's being real sloppy
I don't
this
think
episode,
so.
man.
I killed her and she just turned to dust. It was
But where's
amazing.
Yeah, that was suspicious.
extremely suspicious?
Dead boy in
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
fourth
Did you not
lie.
call me
He
that?
didn't. In fact.
Or at least I'm assuming he didn't. I mean, it
Friends
looks
with
like he
Fords.
was lying. Because he told the person that he let them go. They told him something.
Yeah.
Exalted.
You're a fool.
You don't have to be so confrontational about it.
We don't know anything about vampires. What they are, how they live, how they dress.
Wow.
You know, I love a good diatribe.
No, you did the right thing. Absolutely.
You hated it that much?
The
You
Giles
just
did
said
not
something.
think Clearly, before he formed that
I've
sentence.
always been interested in monster trucks. She's called Drusilla, a sometime
All right,
paramour
Buffy
of
hasn't met
Spice.
Drusilla yet.
She was killed by an angry mob in Prague.
Whoa.
Wow.
What?
She's running here to
you
steal
guys
some
okay?
books.
Well, at least someone in the school is reading.
He said he killed it. That's the vampire Ford said he killed.
So it's 2 lies uncovered right now.
The bird's dead, Drew. You left it in a cage and you didn't feed it, and now it's all dead, just like the last one.
I'm offering you a trade. You make me a vampire, and I'll give you the Slayer.
This guy is so
Wow.
weird. Why would he want to be a vampire?
I mean, some people want to have immortality, man.
Yeah, true. Be pretty, like they said, forever, whatever they said.
And once you've been invited, you could always just walk in.
Forever,
Just
yo.
being polite. We found this address, we checked it out with Xander, and it turned out...
And Xander? Wow. Everybody's in.
Another lie uncovered.
It's like a great big exciting conspiracy.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the people I trust. And don't lie to me, I'm tired of it.
Boom. There's the
Lots are
title.
necessary.
For what?
Sometimes the truth is worse. And on the day she took her holy orders, I turned her into a demon.
I asked for the truth.
Ford's part of some society that reveres vampires,
Oh, and then there's that lie.
practically worships them. I don't know what he wants from you.
And some just really interesting backstory uncovered, too.
Yeah.
I like surprises.
Can you meet me here?
Sure.
At 9?
Wow.
At 9.
It's like,
It's gonna be fun.
thought he was leaning down for a kiss.
Right? I was like, what?
That's some gangster shit, though. I'm not gonna lie. If he really did just kiss her, though, that would be crazy.
I wonder if we're supposed to see him the way Buffy sees him now and him being more suspicious, or if he just got way worse at lying. Because he seemed way more suspicious and less charming right there than he had earlier.
Yeah, before he had like a whole, before we knew all this, I think you're right. We're definitely supposed to see him how Buffy sees him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Since they came last night, 2 guys and a girl.
One was mean.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
I have to do everything around here. Sorry, Mr. Flawless Plan Guy. It slipped my mind.
It's gonna be fine.
No. It's really not.
It's kind of drastic.
Yo, the way she said that was so OG. It's really not. She was like hidden perfectly for that too.
I was wondering why the camera went up like that, like it was looking down on them.
I think it has to do with being a lying scumbag.
Everybody lies. Yes.
I didn't know I'd figure it out.
Actually, I was counting on it.
I knew that was a ruse.
No one gets out of here alive.
Wow. Literally.
She's an unbeliever. She taints us.
I am trying to save you.
Did he just
You
call
are
the Slayer
playing
an
in some serious
unbeliever?
traffic here. Do you
Yeah,
understand
like
that?
really.
You're going to die.
But maybe he meant a non-believer in their philosophy.
I got maybe 6 months left, and by then, what they bury won't even look like me.
Dang.
It'll be bald and
They're
shriveled
pulling
and
the sympathy card
smell
now.
bad.
Right.
This is ugly death come to play.
Dang. But watch it be a bigger plot twist, though. No, not what I thought.
What do you think it was going to be, like Angel or something?
Yes, I wanted it to be Angel so bad, too.
Take them all. Save the Slayer for
I
me.
just knew he was gonna come in here.
Spike!
Everybody stop!
Wasn't smart of you, Spike, to bring Drusilla.
Down the stairs.
If she
For
can't
real.
do anything, apparently she just
She was
stands.
literally just standing there looking like an ornament.
Right. She just stood there watching Buffy run up towards her, jumping over all that stuff.
She didn't even like get out of the way.
Like,
ooh, trapped.
Where's the doorknob?
he's gonna be like, oh, well, it's this really great mechanism. Like, no.
Hey, well, I delivered. I handed her to you.
Yes,
I suppose you did.
So, what about my reward?
Wow. Just like she said, and just like I said. Wait a minute.
I guess they did make him a vampire.
You mean
Yeah.
life?
Does it get easy?
What do you want me to say?
Lie to me.
Oh, there's the real title.
Yes, it's terribly simple.
Held a lot more weight that time.
The good guys are always stalwart and true.
Thoughts on the episode?
I thought it was really good. I thought that was a really good episode. I don't know, it just felt like it had a lot of momentum. It felt like there was a lot that we learned, a lot going on, but at the same time it was pretty focused. Like, it wasn't even like a whole lot of different like story points or anything. It was mainly just, you know, this guy's mission to become a vampire because he has cancer and whatnot, which was an interesting addition. So yeah, I mean, I really liked this episode. And then at the end, he became a vampire after all that just to get dusted
Staked
in like 5 seconds. So
I think it was really interesting because the monster of the week seemed to be less of an actual monster and more of like them dealing with problems and like their own issues, coming to terms with things that they have to deal with on their own, which seemed like the biggest monster of the season, if we're really being honest. Like it, like I said, a lot of revelations were like had in this episode. I think a lot with, I think Angel kind of like is just now starting to come around to the fact that he really actually may have feelings for, or has feelings for
like
Buffy,
really
than, like,
serious feelings.
yeah, like something like legitimate, or even if he's not that he's just now realizing that he's actually like starting to like be content with that fact, you know what I mean? Like letting himself fall into like, I guess, the arms of a caring woman or girl in this case. But I think that Xander and Willow were kind of missing out as far as like the revelations that were had.
Yeah, this episode didn't do much for Xander and Willow. That's for sure. I mean, they were definite, and maybe that, I guess that's why it did have a bit of a different feel to it. I guess because it didn't feel like, you know, the Buffy, Xander, and Willow show this time. It was more centered around like Buffy and Angel, and like of course Spike and Drusilla were in there as the villains and whatnot, and then there's the guy, whatever his name was, Ford. But yeah, Xander and Willow were kind of just on the periphery this episode, and so was Giles after that last episode where we got, you know, kind of that really sort of interesting look at his backstory that made it look like there might be a lot more to Giles than we know. But I'm not surprised that they didn't, you know, shed any more light on that just yet. He was just back to his regular self this episode, but yeah, so they definitely did kind of take the spotlight off of where it usually is, and kind of it was more honed in and focused on something else. But I still felt like it was very like, it just felt like we got a lot in that area, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I think this shows that they can have a Buffy-led episode, primarily Buffy, and it won't really feel like too weird or off-putting. Like, oh, where's everybody else? Like, it definitely is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you know. And I think sometimes I do personally forget that, because I do feel like sometimes I'm watching like the Xander shenanigans and all the Willow whatnot, all that controversy happening at the same time as going on as everything.
Yeah, it's because it seems like up until this point so far, one big thing that the show has done over and over is put one of Buffy's friends in trouble. And like, you know, whether it's like Willow or Xander or even Cordelia, or even like, I think Giles had a situation like with the puppet and everything. So like a lot of these episodes, Buffy has been there, and she's of course gotten her own character development along the way, of course, definitely, obviously. But it seems like usually it's just based around her saving one of those specific characters, and it might be another character along with them or whatnot. But this episode, Willow, Xander, Giles, Cordelia, I don't even think Cordelia was in this episode. none of them were in any like.
She was in at the very.
Oh
very
yeah, the very
brief
very
moment
beginning.
when she was talking about Marie Antoinette.
Right, exactly. You're right.
Trivia fact.
Mm-hmm. And so that's probably another thing that made this feel different. I guess it kind of went outside of that formula. She was still trying to save someone in a way, save them from themselves, really.
Yeah.
And everything they were doing, like you said, it was like the villain of this episode was really just the things people are dealing with inside themselves, rather than like a villain in a more literary sense. Of course, there was Spike, but Spike was just being Spike. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Spike's just gonna do him any way it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like Spike's style though. He's really interesting to me. When he's on the episode, in any episode, I feel like they underuse him sometimes. Like I feel like I want to see like more Spike action.
I know what you mean, because so far he's kind of just been like the opportunistic guy, like kind of like peeking his head up or reaching his hand out to grab something really quick to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
He has yet to really be like, the active, I'm out here, I'm doing this plan, I'm about to make this happen. Like he just kind of tries to peek in and like while everything else is going on, or maybe I can just nab the Slayer real quick in the midst of all this. That's kind of like his MO so far, which I guess is interesting. It says a lot about the way he approaches things. I don't know, but yeah, it's worked for him so far. But I definitely do want to eventually, you want to see more of him,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of creates this whole back and forth between him and Buffy,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, kind of like drawing out the inevitable for Spike.
Makes sense. Because it's like she keeps on sort of... She gets away from him, and then she doesn't bother to kill him either each time. So it's like... Well, I guess not that she doesn't... I mean, like, she's kind of let him get away each time. Like, he ran out the door that time, and she didn't chase after him. Or on Halloween, I don't remember. I think he just ran away again. Like, she doesn't seem to be, like, super bent on staking him or anything every time she sees him. He just runs away, and she's like, okay, well, that problem is solved for now.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Spike... I feel like after a while, I feel like I'm going to get kind of tired of seeing Spike not do anything. I mean, not do anything, but you know what I mean, like how we were just talking. So I feel like at some point, it's going to be a turn for Spike, too. I think in the next couple episodes, like the next 3 to 5 episodes, something crazy is going to happen with Spike.
So what do you think about Angel and Drusilla and all that?
Yeah, it was an interesting piece. I mean, I don't know. I kind of did like it when I thought that he only knew Spike. I don't know why. I feel like maybe because I just feel like it adds unnecessary drama to the mix.
Him knowing Drusilla?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I guess I can't really say, like, I don't really have much of an opinion on, like, now that I'm really sitting and thinking about it, and now that you're asking me on it, like, I don't really think I actually formed that much of an opinion around, like, I feel like it was just kind of, like, info to take in, like, more backstory for Angel. So, I mean, I guess if you're, like, I'm glad that I know that now, but, like, how do I feel about it, like...
Yeah, I guess I just more so meant, like, how do you feel about it in terms of Angel's character and whatnot, and learning more about what he used to be? Because we've heard, we've heard the idea that Angel used to be this bad vampire, but it's like, so far we haven't really gotten much. So it's like we're starting to actually peel back the layers of finding out why he was considered one of the most evil vampires of all time and whatnot. And is there any more you want to see with that? Like, I guess that's more so like what I mean.
On that level, definitely. I definitely... For me, I guess I would like to see more of, like, more in depth of what his shenanigans was with Spike. Or was it them just slaughtering people? Was that it? Like, were they in some type of, like, brotherhood? Or, like, what did they do together? Like, I'd like to have some type of backstory, like, as far as that goes. But then I'm thinking, like, if Angel and Drusilla... If Angel had, like, this affinity for Drusilla for that time period, like, did Spike know him at that point, and were they cool? And then after he left, he was like, oh, now I'm just gonna get with Drusilla? Or was it like Spike came further after Angel, and then Angel was like already removed, and then he came, and then like Spike was like, I don't know, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, well, yeah. Don't forget. Well, you probably didn't forget this because you mentioned it. You're like, don't forget what they said in the other episode 3, where they mentioned Angel being Spike's sire and whatnot. So it's like,
oh yeah, the sire. But what does a sire actually entail, though?
well, I mean, in typical, they haven't really specifically described it in Buffy yet. So, I mean, obviously, it's like a typical vampire. It's a thing that exists within vampire lore already in mythology, I guess. But they haven't really explained exactly what they mean here in Buffy. But I mean, I guess since it exists in vampire mythology, I can just tell you, like, the sire is typically like the vampire that turns another vampire into a vampire. Like, they're like the person that bit them and changed them into a vampire, basically.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. I guess that about does it for this episode. Overall, for me personally, I thought that this was a really good episode. And to me, it feels like if the show continues in the direction it's going, it'll just continue to get better and better and whatnot. So I personally enjoyed this episode a whole lot, and I felt like a change of pace. That was kind of a timely change of pace, given like we said, how they've been starting to retread a lot of different ideas.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with you. A lot of interesting things story-wise came into play here. A lot of backstory and a lot of, I think, story that's going to be going interesting moving forward. You know. I'm
All right.
To see. I'm also another thing. I'm curious to see if Drusilla gains any like actual power, or if she at least strengthens up to the point where she can like do more than just stand around on a mission.
Yeah, she was just standing there.
Like, that was kind of underwhelming for me, but I mean, understandable if she's weak.
Well, yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Go ahead and leave a comment down below about what you thought about this episode and all the lies within it. What's the biggest lie you've ever told anyone? Or maybe you don't want to comment that. But anyway,
Really?
Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And that'll be it for now. Goodbye.
Welcome to the hellmouth where there's no escaping. You gotta keep it real cause it ain't no faking. Mean streets, so I always keep that stake on me. Pull it out in case a vamp tryna prey on me. Make no assumptions. Sunnydale should run up on them at the wrong time. You will get dusted. Trust it.